Good morning. Welcome to Kickin It Commentary. I want to talk to y'all really quick. Dan Quinn spoke to the media this morning, right before day one of training camp. So it kicked off the day, and listening to Dan Quinn's opening press conference, I think the biggest story wasn't about a player. It was about the culture he's building. And one message that kept coming to me while he was speaking is that he kept talking about habits over and over and over again. So Dan Quinn talked about having elite habits starting day one. He said he wants his team to compete every single day. He wants people to pay attention to the smallest details and improve on their technique as well, with fewer execution, with fewer corrections while executing. Um, the one thing that really stood out to me is that he said, if practices are right, the victories will follow. That was his quote. That tells me that this coaching staff isn't just focused on week one right now. Today they are focused on building habits that stay every single day, and that will lead to winning football. He had what else he said? He had the utmost high praise for Jaden Daniel. It wasn't about him throwing the ball. I'm trying not to rush through this, but I am trying to rush through this. It wasn't about Jaden throwing the ball. It was about him commanding this offense. Dan Quinn talked about his communication, how quickly he's processing the new offense, and now he's taking ownership of that offense as a leader on that side of the ball. That's exactly what you want to see from your franchise quarterback in year three. I also liked what he talked about the competition. He talked about competition at the running back position and the competition at linebacker as well. He had high praise for Laramie Tunsil, how he's mentoring Josh Connolly. And one thing that he said about Laramie Tunsil is that he is not afraid to ask questions and he is not afraid to be coached. So that says a lot about this culture in the locker room. So that was basically those are the things that stood out to me this morning in Dan Quinn's conference. The message was very clear about competition. Competing is what making competition is what making everybody better at all positions. And so, in closing, I'm going to tell you my biggest takeaway from day one um, of his first press conference. It's not going to be about who's making the best catches or stuff like that. It's about creating elite habits. And um, this is where championship teams start on day one. Championship habits don't start just in September in the first game. They start for the first day of training camp. And if Dan Quinn gets those habits right, he believes that the winning will follow. So that's it. That's my kicking it commentary on Dan Quinn's first press conference before training camp gets started. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to be giving you all kinds of updates throughout the day. Hopefully, I can do that. But if not, expect a video of what my takeaways were from day one. This is your girl, Lady Erica Lynn from Onside Kicking It Commentary. Peace.